evening, everyone, and I'm Shanti, Namaste, and welcome to the Asana Sana Yoga studio. And thank you for joining us for our first inaugural full moon class. This evening's full moon is the wolf full moon, and that's also January 28th, which is a very, very lucky day of the year. If you should know anything about astrology, take a look into that. So you are here for this class. This evening, we are going to do a let's say a nice low, slow cooling flow as we get into our evening, and then we'll go into a nice, lovely guided meditation to finish out. So before we get started, let's get ourselves nice and centered here in the middle of our mat. And we're going to start a little different today. Since this is a very special full moon flow, we're going to start with a little bit of pranayama breathing. We're going to do our Nandi Shodhana breathing. And also, I do apologize if my pronunciations are a little bit off. I am new to learning Sanskrit, as many yoga teachers are when they first start out. So no worries. Let me know if it's a better way to pronounce it, or if I should say it a certain way. I would love to learn from you guys. So before we get started, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the Nandi Shodhana breathing. So this pranayama helps with calming your body and anti-anxiety. And how it's done is relatively easy. You do it with your right hand. You're going to take your left hand and leave it right on your knee, curling your finger into a chin mudra. So that's just going to be your index touching your thumb. And then for your right hand, you're just going to take it and place it in front of your face. You want to take your index finger and your ring finger, place them gently in between your eyebrows, right on your third eye here. And then you're going to take your ring finger and your thumb, and you're going to use them to close your nostrils intermittently. So how this works is you're going to take an inhale through one nostril, close it, hold for just a beat, exhale through the other, inhale through that same one you just exhaled through, close for a beat, inhale, exhale through the other. So it's going to look a little bit something like this. So inhale, exhale through the nose. We're going to cover up the right nostril, close, exhale through the right, then inhale, close, exhale to the left. So we're going to do that for the first couple of minutes of our class just to get ourselves relaxed and grounded, and to help with all of this excess energy that we're getting from this full moon, this full wolf moon that encourages us to be more in our third eye and our ego centers. So deep breath. Let's curl our left hand into that chin mudra and rest it gently on our lap. Taking our right hand, placing our index and our middle fingers between our brow bones. We're going to inhale, exhale through the nose. Let's close that right nostril. And we're going to do this for about 5 minutes just to make sure we get ourselves nice and settled. And since I don't want you to worry too much about the clock, I'm going to keep an eye on the time, and you go ahead and breathe as you would normally. So here we go. Inhale, exhale through the nose. Inhale, plug up the right. Inhale through the left nostril, plug. Exhale through the right. Inhale, plug. Exhale to the left. Inhale through the left, and let's go. All right, and as you do your last Nandi Shodhana, take a nice clearing inhale through your nose. Exhale through your nose again as you release your hand, your right hand to your lap, and to the top of your knee to meet your left hand. And now let's sit here for a moment just to collect our thoughts, to center ourselves, to set our intentions for this wonderful full moon yoga evening. Now I like to sit with my hands in the mudra of power, where you just curl your fingers together, thumbs and index fingers meeting. But however you'd like to sit your hands, perfectly good. Creation, peace, absolutism, whatever works for you. Now, as we sit here and we set our intention for our yoga class, I want you to start meditating a little bit on the crown chakra. Think a little bit about what the crown chakra means with intuition and how it affects your ego and how you live, happiness, beauty around the world. I would like you to ask yourself, as we go through our yoga practice this evening, maybe lately you're having a hard time finding beauty around the world or in yourself and how you move. Perhaps maybe you can look a little deeper. If you fall out of a pose tonight, maybe look into the beauty of falling out of the pose. Maybe you'll find a different position you never even thought possible in the first place. Or maybe this evening, this is your first time trying yoga. You're not really sure what's going on. Maybe look in the beauty of that new opportunity and that new moment. Or if you are a lifetime yoga practitioner, maybe this is your first class with me. And together we can experience that beautiful moment of being in class together for the very first time. Either way, ask yourself if you could see the real beauty of the moment, beauty of the full moon, the beauty of yourself, the beauty of the world around. Keep breathing and set your intentions. Wonderful. Keep setting your intentions, easing your breath. Wonderful. With our intentions fully set for this class, let's break away from our easy seat and bring the soles of our feet to touching into butterfly pose. And from here, we're just going to start to get warmed up to beginning our lovely full moon asanas as we praise the full moon and I guess worship her beauty, if you will. So let's inhale sitting tall as we sit in our butterfly position. We're going to inhale those hands straight up into the sky. Let's exhale, bringing that right arm to the side. Exhale, bring a little side stretch. Since this is our first stretch of the evening, it doesn't have to be super deep. We're just starting to warm up the muscles, the sides. Inhale, coming to center. Let's do the same with our left hand, stretching that right hand overhead to open up that side body, the right side body. Now let's breathe, coming up to center here, grabbing our ankles. Let's inhale, coming up. Exhale, hollow out that back and that belly. Inhale. Let's do a couple rounds of the seated cat-cow. Warming up the spine, warming up the hip flexors, engaging the belly, breathing in, breathing deep. Doing excellent. All right, let's start by rotating the torso to the right side. Inhale as we come to the front. Exhale as we hollow out our back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Doing excellent. All right, let's slow it down and rotate the other direction. Going left with the torso. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And here we go. You know, even if it is late in the day, it's always nice to start by warming up and setting your intentions for your yoga practice. You might be thinking, you know what? It's 9 o'clock. Well, Pacific Standard Time. If you're Eastern Time at this point, it's midnight. You're probably thinking, you know, I've been moving around all day. I really need to warm up. Au contraire. Also, it's nice to have a warm up because it helps you to get your body centered. So before thinking about your workout, before you, or your yoga practice, before you actually get into your practice. So as we slow down, let's start by let's extend our right arm to the right side. We're going to inhale and just bring it up. Exhale, coming into that side bend one more time. See if you can bend just a little bit further. This time, let's turn our palm up to the sky. Hold it a little bit longer as we inhale, exhale. And if it is within your practice, you may inhale, exhale, turning your face up to the sky. Hello, Moon. Let's inhale, coming up to the center again. Let's exhale that left arm coming up. Inhale over, exhale as we swoop over to the side. Keep breathing. Go ahead and inhale. Exhale your head up to the sky. Excellent. Inhale, coming up to center. Exhale, bring those arms over and front to a forward fold. Wonderful. Let's inhale, coming up. We're going to exhale, turning our face to the right side, dropping our hands behind us and to the front. And let's hold here as we exhale deeper into that stretch. Inhale the hands up to the sky. Let's turning to the left side, placing our hands in the front and back as we inhale, exhale into our stretch. Let's inhale the hands up as we're coming to the center, clasping our hands overhead. Let's exhale, bringing our hands into prayer pose. Excellent. Let's bounce out our knees here. Doing good. All right. Here, let's place our hands down on the mat, extending your legs out long in front of you. We're just going to warm up our legs a little bit by just up and down our knees. Maybe flexing, slowing those down, flexing and pointing the toes. Rotate the ankles out if you can, if it's within your practice, and then rotate them the other way. Doing good. All right. It's keeping our legs extended and flexed out in front of us. Let's start to warm up our arms and our wrists by streaking out our wrists and our hands. Giving them a nice good shake. All right, let's inhale those hands, crossing that right one in front of us. Let's use our left hand as we gently guide our bicep over to our right bicep over to the left side into a stretch. If it is within your practice, you may inhale, exhale, turning your head to the right side. Just a little bit of a neck stretch. Let's inhale those hands to center. Exhale, crossing over with your left arm, gently guiding with that right hand into your left bicep. Keep breathing. If it is within your practice, go ahead and inhale, exhale, looking over to the left. Let's inhale our hands out to the side. Exhale, we're going to bring our right arm up, dropping it down behind the back. We're going to gently guide that arm a little bit further down the back with our left hand, stretching out that shoulder. Excellent. Let's exhale our hands out to a T. Inhale, coming up with that left hand, stretching the other side. Wonderful. Let's exhale those hands over to the side, bringing them down. Let's roll out our shoulders. Doesn't matter which way you've started. We're just going to roll them out. Excellent. Let's slow it down in reverse, go in the other direction. Excellent. Let's roll them out, going the same time. Reverse once more. Exhale, seated. Let's inhale. Make sure we're looking straight forward with our head. We're just going to go ahead and place our hand on the side of our head on the left side, right hand. Inhale, we're going to exhale, gently bringing that right ear to the right shoulder for a gentle neck stretch. Try not to yank your head down. You just want to do it a gentle neck stretch. Remember, be gentle and kind. Inhale, bringing our head right back to the center. Let's do the opposite side. Exhaling that left ear to that left shoulder. Inhale, exhale that head back up to center. Let's just start by shaking your head no just a bit. Slowly. You don't want to do it too fast. You don't want to do it in a jerking motion. Don't hurt your neck. All right, let's alternate to yes and no. Slight yes and no. No need to snap all the way back. Let's go ahead and roll your head in a circle in one direction. And roll your head in a circle in the other. Doing good. Excellent. Now that we are properly warmed up, let's get our flow started. So let's meet here on the mat if you're not already here. We're going to start today in kneeling tabletop. So for our good posture here before we get started, we just want to keep our knees hip width apart, and I'll just face you for reference. I'm just going to use our fists just to kind of eyeball it between our feet, or our knees here, just to see that we're hip width apart. Keeping your back legs extended parallel, you want to make sure you keep your calves active, engaged, as long as your ankles. You want to make sure you're protecting them as we're going through our movements. Keep your hips over your knees here, and make sure that we are tilting our pelvis, so in that nice neutral position. Remember, your pelvis is a bowl. You don't want it splashing everywhere. So you just tilt it in a nice neutral position. Let's push our ribs that are coming over our hip bones, shoulders up and down the back. That way we're nice and upright. And then as we come into our position, we're just going to come forward into that table all four feature. You want your wrists under your shoulders. Don't want to lock out your arms, but you do want the inside of your elbows to face front. So you have a nice solid foundation here. And from here, let's begin to slowly inhale as we feel our belly, dropping it to the floor, using your head nice and back. Exhale as we curl that pelvis, coming in towards cat-cow. We're going to continue here for 5 breaths. Make sure as you're breathing, you're filling up your belly and letting it drop deep to the floor, expanding your lungs. Let's do this for 2 more breaths. Excellent. On that last exhale, so we should be on our inhale here. Let's curl our toes. Exhale, sending our hips into the sky for a downward dog. Let's walk out those feet, maybe lifting them off of the mat a little bit. You can widen your stance just a bit if that's a little bit more comfortable for you. But here we're just going to walk out the dog, straightening and bending the knees to wake up the back part of our body, our back body. Wonderful. Warming up those calves, really getting it going. All right, from here, let's slow it down. Let's push ourselves a little bit back as we inhale, exhale, coming forward into an upward dog. See if you can stay on your toes if it's possible. Let's inhale, send those hips straight back. Exhale, coming forward into a downward dog. Let's do this for 5 breaths. Inhale. And really take the time while we're doing this. We're cooling our bodies down. We're saying thanks to our bodies. We're seeing the beauty in all of the movements that we're doing this evening. Really get into it. 2 more breaths. One more. Inhaling, coming down. Let's exhale. Downward dog. Wonderful. All right. Let's step our feet to the top of the mat. I'm going to turn to face you. And you can also turn broadside on your mat as well. We're just going to hang out here for a moment in our half fold. Let's start by moving our hips back and forth. Go ahead and loosen up those hips. Maybe let your arms hang if it's within your practice today. You can also grab your elbows and just kind of help with that as well. This wonderful position actually helps to work out that lower back. So if you've been sitting all day, this is something that will help stretch out your hamstrings, which will help take away pain from your lower back if you have any. Awesome. Slow it down. Bring our hands to the mat. Let's heel toe our feet apart so that we're in a wide forward fold. We're going to keep our toes facing forward. And here we're just going to inhale, coming down a little bit. And if you need to move your feet around, you can. Exhale, coming up. So going to inhale, Malasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, yogi squat. Exhale, wide fold. Let's do that for 2 more breaths. Heck, what the heck? Let's do 1 more. Inhale, exhale, back into that wide forward fold. Wonderful. From here, we're going to start to slowly inhale as we raise our arms up into the sky. Exhale, let's come into star pose. Now for this pose, you want to make sure that your shoulders are not up by your ears, but instead roll back into held down by down your back. You want to tilt your pelvis so that it's in, so that we're not spilling our bowl. And we're just going to breathe in star pose, absorbing this magnetic energy of the full wolf moon. Go ahead and move your hips around, warming up your hips, moving your arms as well, feeling that beautiful cosmic energy. From here, let's slow it down. Inhaling, we're going to turn our right foot to the right of the mat, and we're going to meet our left foot as well. We're going to line up those back heels, and as we turn our feet, we're going to exhale, lower our hands, right arm comes forward as we drop down into Warrior Two. Make sure your knee doesn't go over your front toes, and you want your knee and toes to go in the same direction. And let's just hold here. And really feel the music. Enjoy the music as you're listening and holding. Excellent. From here, let's take an inhale as we straighten our leg. Flip our right hand. Exhale, bending that knee. We're going to bring our right arm to our knee. And then exhale, bringing that left arm overhead as we hold into our side angle pose. From here, let's inhale, coming back up again. We're going to exhale, this time going the opposite direction, sending that left hand back down the leg. Inhaling as we turn up into our humble warrior. Let's just hold here. And remember, don't place your hand on your knee. If you need a little support, you can go ahead and keep it on your thigh here or reach down your calf if it's accessible to you. It felt so nice. Let's do it twice. Inhale. Let's bend that right knee, bringing your right forearm down onto the knee here. Exhaling, we're going to come into that side angle pose once more. And if it is within your practice, you can inhale, turning your face up to the sky as we exhale. Wonderful. Let's straighten out that front leg as we inhale, coming up. We're going to exhale right back into that reverse warrior once more. And if it's within your practice, you can turn your face up to the sky. Say hello, Mother Moon. All right, and as we inhale, we're going to come to the center, sending our hips to the back. We're going to exhale, coming down into triangle pose. You can rest your hand on your ankle, on the mat, front or back, and if you have a block, you can rest it on the block as well. Holding here. And if it is within your practice, go ahead and turn your face up to the ceiling. All right, let's inhale, bringing that left hand. Let's come put our hands on the mat as we turn facing our foot. Here, we're going to take it just a little bit of an inhale and an exhale, coming to a slight lizard pose for a moment or a lunge. Let's turn our back foot left and our right foot facing forward once more as we walk to the middle. Let's heel toe those feet back into hip width apart. We're going to inhale, slowly coming up, slowly coming up, even bringing our arms along as we come up into the sky. We're going to exhale and settle into tree pose. So depending on what kind of tree you'd like to be today you could be a low shrub tree, medium roots, or if you're feeling it, it's in your practice today, you can go ahead and bring your leg all the way up to be a full tree. Inhale, exhale as you pick your tree pose and ground yourself, rooting, sending that energy straight from your grounded foot through the crown of your head. And if you're having a hard time with this pose, remember to ground that straightened leg. You want to make sure you have all of your balance on your heel, sending and pushing that energy through that grounded leg for your roots. And for your arms, they may be up in the air. They may be here in tree pose. You can even hold them in, or prayer pose. You can even hold them in a mudra if you'd like. Excellent. Let's inhale, exhale as we release our tree pose. Coming back into that. Facing our hands, we're coming into our mountain pose. We're just going to sway to ground ourselves once more. Let's take our right leg, crossing it over our left. Let's inhale, exhale our arms out to the side. We're going to bring that right arm coming underneath our left, twisting our arms together. Exhaling, coming into eagle pose or Garuda pose. And if it is within your practice today, you can inhale, exhale yourself down, coming into the full expression of the pose. But remember to keep your hands up. Easy peasy, because it does push on the shoulders a little bit, but let's hold. Breathing deep to your Garuda. I love this pose because it's a very good kind of play on the ego here. We want to be perfectly standing with our leg wrapped around, doing excellent, but sometimes it's just not in our practice. And that's okay. See the beauty of your body folding into the Garuda or eagle pose tonight. Let's inhale, exhaling our arms and legs apart. Let's shake out our legs and our hands and our wrists. Doing great. Awesome. Let's inhale. Let's bring our feet a little bit wider apart here. Let's inhale straight up into the sky as we come into our star pose. I love the star pose. This is when I love to send my energy out into the universe. So if I'm having a day, I take a nice squat down, inhale, deep exhale, coming up into my star pose, and I send love to the world because really that's all it's about. It's just love, the ability to love and to send love to others. So please accept my love as I stand here in star pose, exposing my heart chakra, my chest to you, and I hope that you're extending love and energy to me. Wonderful. And if you're not, that's totally fine. From here, let's turn our left foot to the left side, turning our right foot to meet the same direction as our left. We're going to make sure our heels are going to be matching. Your left foot's going to be at a 45-degree angle. And as we exhale, we're going to settle down into our warrior two pose. Now, sometimes it can be a little different coming from one pose to another, but just adjust your stance. I like to widen my stance a little bit in this warrior two so I can stretch out. Doing good. And as before, remember that your knee doesn't track over your feet. All right, as we inhale, we're going to straighten that front leg, sending our right arm this time down the back of our right arm, coming up into that reverse warrior. And if it is within your practice, you can go ahead and exhale, extending your face to the sky. Let's take an inhale as we bend that front knee. Let's take our left arm this time, placing our left arm on our knee. As we exhale, we're going to come into that extended side angle. And if it is within your practice, go ahead and turn your face up to the sky. Let's inhale, straightening that back leg, sending that right hand down the back right leg. Reverse warrior. From here, let's inhale, cartwheeling our arms all the way to the ground as we come into our triangle pose. Now, again, you can always rest on your ankle or on the mat, whichever way works for you. Or if you need a block, you can go ahead and do that. The important part is not to lock out that knee. Excellent. Let's inhale the hands down to the mat as we turn our feet to face broadside on the mat, walking our hands to the middle. Let's heel toe our feet back together, keeping a flat back. Let's come down kind of a cannonball as we squeeze ourselves together. Inhaling, coming up on our tiptoes. Let's exhale, sending our hands up to the sky. We're going to come up into our tree pose. So remember, however you'd like to take your tree pose, but first, make sure you have that right foot this time steady down into the mat. You can use your left foot on your ankle for a low, on your calf for medium, or for a fuller expression, right up there on your thigh. Just remember not to stick her on your knees because we cannot regenerate our knees. So inhale, exhale into your tree pose this evening. Standing strong, standing tall. And remember, when you are in this tree pose, you do want to keep your good balance, keeping your pelvis tucked, keep your ribs down, shoulders down and away from your ears. I think I'll express mine this way this time. Holding and breathing deeply. And this is the kind of pose that I recognize the beauty of me falling out of very often. Excellent. Let's inhale. Exhaling, let's release our foot back down on the mat and our hands. This time, let's go into our Garudasana. We're going to take our left leg, crossing it over the right. Here at the bottom, we're going to inhale the hands out to a T. Exhale as we bring our left this time underneath, bringing it up to meet the right. And if it is within your practice, you can go ahead and squat down into your full expression of Garuda pose. I like to rest my hand, my thumb, if you will, onto my third eye and just meditate, activating, focusing, feeling, but always breathing and keeping my hands up. Excellent. Let's release our arms and our legs, shaking out our hands and our wrists, ankles. Inhaling the hands up to the sky. Exhaling into a forward fold. Inhale, coming up halfway. Exhale, the hands back down. We're going to inhale, coming all the way back up. Exhale into prayer pose. Wonderful. All right. Well, let's finish up our yoga before we get started into our guided meditation. And for that, I will meet you seated on the mat. Crisscross your applesauce or however you'd like to come down onto the mat. Let's spread out the flesh of our sits bones and then help your legs out to seated or wide fold here, or a wide seated straddle so that we can get into our folds here. Now, if you need one, you can go ahead and place a block in front of you. Sometimes a block helps with extending forward if your hip flexors, you're finding that it's harder for you to come forward. And to keep yourself getting that good stretch, what you want to do is flex your feet and then take your pinky toes and point them back towards your ankles. And if you're finding this is a little difficult, go ahead and pop your knees. It's totally fine. Let's inhale our hands up, getting them nice and tall. We're going to exhale, coming forward, and be careful not to round your back out. You don't want to come forward like this. You want to keep yourself up nice and straight and just come forward as long as you can. The point of the matter is to stretch. You don't want to compromise that good flexibility and that good posture for movement. You want to keep your back straight and protect your body at all times. Come right back down to face you. And a good challenge to work on your saddle. Oh my gosh, your saddle splits. That's the word. You want to just go ahead and inhale, exhale, kind of walk your fingers forward a little bit more. Inhale, we're going to come right back up to straight. Inhale those hands up to the sky. Turning to the right, we're going to exhale, bringing head to knee. And if you can't quite bring your head to your knee yet, go ahead and grab your ankle. You can go ahead and place a hand behind that hamstring, but you don't want to yank yourself forward. You just want to push over, stretch. Wonderful. Let's inhale those hands coming up. We're coming to center. Exhale as we turn over to the left, coming into the head to knee, left side. Wonderful. From here, let's inhale coming up. And as we exhale, let's help our legs together as we come back into our butterfly pose. We're just going to exhale once more, coming into that forward fold. I like to go ahead and clasp my fingers around my feet to help pull this time. It's a little bit more of a stretch. And as I push down my knees with my elbows to get a little bit more stretch in my groin area. Don't shove it down. You don't want it to hurt. Excellent. Inhale, coming back up to center. Now let's find our way down to our mat, laying on our back. Wonderful. Let's exhale our legs straight. We're going to inhale those hands overhead as we give our body a good stretch before it ended up our legs here. So bringing our feet back to the mat. Let's inhale our right leg straight up into the sky and palm over palm behind that hamstring. We're going to exhale, pulling our knee to our chest. Keep your foot flexed. Maybe point it and flex it to get a good stretch in that calf and the back of that hamstring as well. And with each inhale and exhale, you can go ahead and release your knee a little bit further as you can. I absolutely love this stretch. Every time I think I can't get any further, the next time I do it, I'm just like, oh, look at that. Great. Let's take now our right knee in place, or right ankle, and place it on our left knee. We're going to lift our left knee up into the air, keeping this leg at a 90-degree angle. Let's take our hands palm over palm behind that left hamstring, flexing that left foot. We're going to inhale, exhale as we pull it into our chest. Reclining pigeon. And remember, with each exhale, try to pull a little bit closer into your chest. Where you can really stretch out that lovely piriformis. Such a wonderful, yummy stretch. I love it. Excellent. As we take an inhale, let's take our left hand, placing it on our right knee. We're going to exhale, bringing our legs over, straighten out that right arm to the side as we come into a lying twist. And if it is within your practice, you can go ahead and look over to that right hand as we stretch out our lower body. Keep exhaling as you relax into your twist. Let's inhale, coming back up into that full figure four. Exhale your right foot flat on the mat this time. And then we're going to inhale, sending the left leg up into the sky, flexing it.
holding palm over palm behind our hamstring. Exhale, bringing that knee into the chest. Go ahead and straighten and point that leg if you'd like. Also, if you have a yoga strap, you can definitely use that when you're doing these leg stretches as well. Wonderful. Let's inhale, bringing that left ankle to that right knee, bringing up our right leg. Exhale as we pull our knee into our chest, reclining pigeon. Don't forget to keep that right leg at a 90-degree angle and flex your toes for that wonderful stretch on both legs. Excellent. Let's take that right hand, and as we exhale, we're going to gently push down on that left knee, extending our left arm, coming into that lying twist. Inhale, coming up to our knees up in here. We're going to exhale our hands flat down on the mat next to us. Just taking a moment to make sure we're properly aligned on the mat for our next position. We're going to make sure our feet are flat on the mat, our lower back is flat, and our upper body is firm to the mat as well. Let's inhale as we slowly peel our pelvis off of the mat, all the way coming into a bridge pose. And if it is within your practice, you may join your hands underneath your body as we come into this last pose before our guided meditation and Shavasana. I love the bridge pose as a nice reflection pose. I use this pose before I come into my Shavasana to just kind of think about what I did today with my body as we moved, what new positions I got myself into, and how I felt. It's a wonderful reflective pose. Keep breathing. Do not let your hips drop as we come to unwinding our body and our knots in the front body. Take our last inhale and exhale, and on that last exhale, roll your body going from the top to the bottom, opening your hands if they were clasped underneath you, gently bringing your pelvis down to the mat, relaxing your legs, relaxing your arms. Inhaling one last time as you send your arms up overhead. Exhaling. Now, let's get ready for Shavasana. And I encourage you to take this guided meditation in Shavasana this evening. So just go ahead and lay back and relax your feet and your hands. Get nice and comfy. If you have pillows, you can go ahead and get some pillows. But we're going to get started here in a moment. And as we're in our Shavasana, as we're getting ready, I would like to invite you to take 5 deep breaths as you softly flutter your eyes shut. Let's take those deep breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth. In your last breath, inhaling through that nose. Let's use this moment to get nice and centered. Now, as you're allowing yourself to fully relax in your Shavasana, allow the movement and the energy around you to slowly quiet itself. You don't have to completely ignore or avoid the sounds and the movements. Just allow the energy to exist around you. Let's draw your attention to your right leg. Let's tense it. Feel it tensing from your toes, up your foot to your ankle, up your calves, to your knee, to your thigh, to your hip. Feeling it tense tighter and tighter. Now release, letting all the tension and tightness drain from your leg. Feeling the relaxation in your leg. Let's move our attention to the left leg and begin tensing it from your toes, through your foot, to your ankle, up your calf, past your knee, to your thigh, to your hip. Holding it, knowing it, feeling the energy and heat tension brings. Now relax. Take turns squeezing each glute muscle gently, back and forth, becoming fully aware of the different ways tensions manifest in your leg and in your back body. Now let them rest. Notice how relaxed your feet feel, your ankles, your calves, knees, thighs, your hips, all relaxed. Let your legs feel completely supported by the ground. Notice if they feel warm and comfortable, sinking into the ground, deeper and deeper, feeling heavier and heavier. Resolve to let your legs stay still and let them relax. Let's move our attention to our abdominal area. Let's pull the muscles of the belly in nice and tight, holding for a moment. Now relax, allowing the knots to untie. This time, let's go the opposite way. Instead of pulling them in, let's push your muscles out. Hold them out hard and tense. Now relax. Feeling how calm and relaxed your torso is. Allowing the feeling of being more peaceful and serene wash over you. Take in a nice full breath, letting the air come into your lungs, letting them fully expand so that your abdomen expands. Now push and exhale the air out. With that, pushing out all the tension, feeling more and more relaxed, full of peace and full of contentment. Let's begin to shift our attention to the right arm. Let's start to tense it from your hand, up your forearm, up your bicep to your shoulder. Tense it tighter and tighter. Feel the strength and the power and the energy. And now let that right arm relax entirely. Let your arm feel completely supported by the floor. And feel your arm as it gets heavier and heavier, as it's relaxing more and more. Next, let's draw our attention to our left arm. Tightening the muscles in your hand, through your wrist, your forearm, your bicep and tricep, up to your shoulder. Tightening it more and more. Now relax. letting all the tension go, relaxing it completely. Now let your left arm feel like it's getting heavy, getting supported completely by the floor. Just gently roll your shoulders up and back and allow them to come to rest. Let's focus on your fingers as you let those relax. Let your hands relax, your wrists, your lower forearms, your elbows, your triceps, your bicep, the upper arm, and your shoulders. Let it all relax, completely relaxed. Continue to allow your arms feel like they are sinking, feeling comfortable and at ease. Resolve to let your arms stay still in this relaxed feeling. Let's scan the body again, letting everything relax more. Relaxing your mouth and your jaw, allowing your tongue to roll away from the roof of your mouth, just suspend. Allow your jaw to loosen. Let's scan our body from the top of the head, coming down your face, to the tops of your shoulders. We're going to scan our torso and arms and relax those. Scanning our hips, our thighs, our knees, releasing tension from our calves and our feet. Allowing the body to fully relax. Now, let's notice how the body is feeling right here, right now in this moment. Memorize the feeling and let it really sink in. And remember that this feeling of relaxation and deep meditation can be created anytime you wish, as you breathe in your body. Remember, your body is a magical body that supports and serves you. And your body is perfectly designed to hold you in this space. If at any point during this guided meditation you should find yourself getting caught up in thoughts or other noises and sounds, just bring yourself back to your breath. As we continue to sit in this form of relaxation, let's begin to shift our focus on our crown chakra. And as we honor this full wolf moon, Let's visualize a glowing silvery white light beginning to pulsate from the crown of our head. Inhale deeply, and with each exhale, let your crown chakra's incandescent white light glow and pulse as it continues to expand. Keep breathing deeply as you allow your intuition to align with the energy of this beautiful full moon. In this relaxed state, begin to picture a beautiful lotus bud on the crown of your head. Breathe slowly, and with each breath, begin to see your lotus bud a little bit clearer. See its small bud shape. See the delicate outline of its flowers, its leaf it's sitting on, the water that's surrounding it, or maybe it's mud. See the color of your lotus resting gently on your crown. Continue to breathe. And as your breath grows deeper and steadier, begin to notice your lotus on your crown open and bloom. With every exhale, see the petals expand and watch as the lotus begins to glow and shine. With every inhale, see yourself bringing into that collective energy of the moon. And with every exhale, see the silvery white light begin to shine through your lotus. Seeing with each exhale that the white light becomes a little bit brighter. A little bit more. And allow that glow to get brighter and brighter until the whole room becomes bathed in that silvery white light. And your crown can barely contain it. Let's take in 3 more breaths, fortifying our lotus before we release the white light energy to the world. Let's inhale. And as we exhale through our nose, let go of that beautiful lotus. Allow it to float off the top of your crown and allow that luminous white light to flow through your body and the room. Allow your inner eye to see the beauty and the wonderment of the world through this warm incandescent light that is slowly surrounding you from your crown. Remember this feeling. And throughout your day, as you need it, allow your physical eye to see the world through this beautiful, warm, white light. Notice as your lotus and your crown chakra keep expanding and glowing with each inhale and exhale. Notice that within this wider space, you're still being held, still connected to the universal energy. Stay full of awe and awareness as you allow your energies to take in the environment around you. As you start to shift your energetic energy outward, could you hold this present moment of awareness? Could you hold this feeling of being supported in space? Could you hold this crown chakra energy around you, enveloping you, and its protective light? Could you hold this feeling even as you move about your day? Let the energy of your crown chakra connect with the energy of the moon, allowing that beautiful lotus on top of your head, on top of your crown, expand and absorb more of that silvery white light, adding it to that aura around you. As you inhale that moon energy, with it we exhale our negative ego. Inhale the beauty of the universe. Exhale what does not serve you. Inhale universal love. Exhale any feelings of hate towards yourself or even your fellow man. Let's vibrate on that energy. Allow your inner energy and your intuition to tap into that of the universe as we expand our crown chakra with breath. Slowly begin to move our focus from our chakra back to our breath. Let's begin to bring our energetic focus back to the room around us. Begin to feel the floor underneath your body, the air across your skin, the sounds nearby. Begin in your mind's eye to picture the walls, the ceiling, the floor. Begin to allow the additional items to appear in the room as you begin to regain your awareness. Let's resist the urge to wake all at once. As we begin, we're going to invite movement into our toes and fingers. Wiggle them just a little bit. Maybe rotate your ankles and your wrists and your shoulders. feel the room come back into physical focus as awareness begins to flood your limbs. And before we come back into our collective consciousness, let's take one last deep inhale. And together we're going to exhale to the sound of Om. Inhaling in deep through your nose, building up. And let's exhale, making the sound of Om. Om. Allowing our mind and body to connect fully with the universe. And now allow your body to come into complete physical awareness of the room and energy surrounding you. Take one last inhale, and as you exhale, softly flutter your eyes open and allow the room to come into view. Welcome back. That was absolutely a wonderful inaugural full moon Asana Sana Yoga flow. I had such a wonderful evening with you all. I hope you are all feeling relaxed and rested and ready to sleep this evening or take on your day, depending on what time you are watching this video. And as always, thank you for coming into our class and into the studio this evening. You've made it such a wonderful time, and I hope to see you again. Check back next month for February's full moon if you are into our full moon guided meditation and yin yoga flow. And as always, I like to say to you, be the light that you wish to see in the world and see the light that you wish to see in the world. Om Shanti.